part of me is locked up in the past. I'm always looking back, you never really disappear. My heart is haunted by the memories, the echoes of your voice. I swear I can still hear them sometimes. I surrender to gravity, your gravity. I'm done. Why am I feeling so alone? Everything is so cold. I'm a mess now, you're gone. Someone help me. Holding on, 'cause I still feel your hello, hello. I know that I'm living with ghosts. I feel your presence everywhere I go. I live in the shadows, I still hope, but you're not there. I spend my nights looking at photographs, 'cause this is all I've got, and your name engraved in stone. I surrender to gravity, your gravity. I'm done. Why am I feeling so alone? Everything is so cold. I'm a mess now, you're gone. Someone help me holding on, 'cause I still feel your halo, halo. I know that I'm living with ghosts. I'm living with ghosts. Give me a sign. Tell me you're still alive. Tell me you're not too far among the stars. I can't breathe, my heart beats. I just cannot face the truth. I'm always looking back, never really did. Why am I feeling so alone? Everything is so cold. I'm a mess now, you're gone.
It's the start of a big weekend. Memorial Day weekend is upon us. And tonight, first up on the menu, we got to crown a new king and queen of the ring. And that's exactly what WWE did tonight. Nia Jax and King Gunther. I like the sound of King Gunther, man. Gunther and Nia Jax respectively won the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. They now go on to SummerSlam, where we will have 2 championship matches already determined. I love it. I love it. Liv Morgan. Oh, man, it looks like the venue's gonna need a round of applause for Liv Morgan, man. Liv Morgan is the new WWE Women's World Champion. And seemingly still nobody is happy. I don't understand why. We'll talk about it. At the same time, Becky Lynch has still yet to sign a new WWE contract. What exactly is going on there? All the AEW cultists, man, all the fightful elitists, they're all banking on Becky Lynch going to WWE. Yeah, right. And Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul, what do you expect? A banger. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Memorial Day weekend. There's no place I'd be but the OTS Beer Garden. That's where I'll be, man. The beverages are cold. The sun is out. Well, not maybe at the venue. It's always, as Jesse says, it's always raining. But that's where we'll be, man. And when I get there and I walk in, I want to know on this Saturday afternoon happy hour, by the way, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I was going to say something smart, but I'll refrain. I'll see you guys over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your WWE King and Queen of the Ring post show for May 25th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Saturday afternoons, wherever you may be. Oh, man, I haven't even walked through the door yet, and David Thering's already buying everybody around the shots at the bar. David Thiering with a $100 super chat. What's up, JD? I'm wondering myself why the pre-show women's tag team title match needed to happen. Really curious what happens with the Liv Dom Becky Rhea storyline after this pay-per-view. Do you see after what happened on SmackDown, AJ attacking Cody leading to a match at Money in the Bank? That's a very good question, David. I did not watch SmackDown yet because I was at House of Glory last night with the Salamonster calling what was a tremendous main event between Matt Riddle and Mike Santana for the HOG World Championship. But I will talk about that literally at the top here with Liv Morgan, Dominic, and Becky, and Liv Morgan becoming the new WWE Women's World Champion. But, David, thank you so very much for your generosity. And we're not done here yet, man. Benjamin Cohen with a $100 super chat. This guy leaves no message. This guy leaves absolutely zero message. And he just wanted to buy everybody at the beer garden a round of beers. So we're getting another round of applause for my guy, Benjamin Cohen. And Hidden Network, I'm going to read this one now because I'm in some mood. He says, with a $125 super chat in his currency, which YouTube doesn't tell me which currency it is, but I appreciate Hidden Network anyway. He says, where's Righteous Reg? Ha, 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 ha. Probably somewhere in Vegas sucking dick like he usually does. Now that I could get that out of my system, let's move on with the post-show review. Mind you, King of the Ring was tonight. That's tomorrow. Double or Nothing tomorrow. We'll attack that. Jesse and I will be live after the show is over tomorrow night. King and Queen of the Ring. King and Queen of the Ring. I thought coming into this show, WWE was not going to let us in on what the winners of these tournaments were going to get. And then this weekend, I don't know if it was done by design. I don't know if it was planned to be this way. Maybe WWE realized, hey, man, maybe we should announce what the winners of these tournaments are going to get. We got a bunch of people online asking, JD or that Solo Monster guy. They've been asking, what's the prize at the end of the tunnel here? I don't know why they didn't lay that out beforehand. I don't know why they didn't let us know all of that before the tournament. I don't have a good answer for you. I really don't. I mean, you would think that with this administration, things would be a little bit more organized. We didn't get that till yesterday. The winners of these tournaments, the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring, will get championship matches for their respective brand at SummerSlam. At SummerSlam. So, no matter who won, Gunther, Randy Orton. If Randy Orton won, he'd get a championship match against Cody Rhodes. If Gunther won, he'd get a championship match against whoever the champion is coming out of Monday Night Raw. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, scheduled to take place at Clash at the Castle. Nia Jax, she is on SmackDown, meaning she's going to get a championship match against Bayley. If it went the other way and Bird Girl won, then it would have been Lyra versus Liv, or whoever the champion is at SummerSlam. I've seen a lot of people complaining, and I'll get to Benjamin in a second. I've seen a lot of people, oh, well, look at this Triple H glazing by JD, Mr. D. Why are you so excited for just a simple change? This has been done before. I'm sorry, inadequate fucking dummy online. What is there not to be excited about? The old administration went about things wrong. The new administration is slowly fixing problems and making sense of what didn't make sense when Vince was there. What exactly is the problem? The last time that we had a King of the Ring win and get a championship match at SummerSlam the way it always should have been was 2002 when Brock Lesnar won the King of the Ring and wrestled The Rock in the main event of SummerSlam 2002, which, by the way, was the greatest SummerSlam of all time. There's been nothing better than the 2002 version of SummerSlam. You could exit the venue if you disagree. Something like that needed to be done. I have stated, I think I might have made a video on it when I was in the early days of the channel where I didn't even have a fucking video and you guys watched the still image on the screen. I've been talking about this for fucking years. King of the Ring should be its own pay-per-view in the middle of the summer, and King of the Ring should be the bridge between that and SummerSlam. WrestleMania and SummerSlam. How many times have I said that? If you've been with me for a year, you would have heard me at least say that a few times. If you've been with me for the last 5 years, you would have heard me say it every fucking year. Every single year. They made right on this change. 22 years. Well, more than 22 years. Yes. They've had this nonsensical rule. And now they changed it. Great. 22 years. I love it. This isn't glazing. This is glazing for right decisions creatively. Doesn't matter if it's Triple H, Tony Khan, or anybody else in charge of a fucking wrestling promotion. It doesn't matter. So they made the right decision. The King of the Ring tournament, I feel like could be built upon for future iterations of the tournament moving forward. Not to say that this year was bad. Not to say that they didn't deliver in this tournament. There were some great highlights in this tournament. Everything Gunther did was a highlight. He wrestled Sheamus. He wrestled Jey Uso. Ilya Dragunov wrestled Ricochet, which was still the best match in the entire tournament. And we got Randy Orton. He wrestled AJ Styles. He went to the finals and wrestled Tama Tonga. Again, I didn't watch SmackDown last night, but I know he advanced, obviously, because he wrestled Gunther in the finals tonight. I do think that the foundation for a great tournament is there. I do wish WWE does build upon this moving on into next year and the year after that. It needs to be a yearly occurrence. I don't want to see it go on a vacation or a hiatus or it being used just to fill TV time whenever they don't have any creative going on. The tournament should absolutely be the bridge between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Look at what you've already done for SummerSlam. You've already given us 2 championship matches, and we still have Clash at the Castle to get through. That's what I call long-term booking. That's what I call long-term planning. I love it. What those championship matches are going to be, nobody really knows right now because we still have one pay-per-view, PLE, to get through. But I would love to see the tournament being built upon. I would like to see qualifying matches potentially for people to get into the tournament. I would like to see the tournament play out over more than 3 weeks. WWE put so much into this tournament that some of the matches were not featured on weekly television, and they had to do some of the matches at the house shows. Now, that's great. On one hand, that's great for the house shows. WWE's at liberty to do a little bit more at the house shows. Matches may go longer. They may feel more important. It gives people a reason to come out to said house show. Talent gets to do a little bit more experimentation in the ring that they couldn't get away with on television. There's a lot of net positives by doing it or doing something like that at the house show. But for a tournament with such high stakes on the line, you don't really want to miss much of the action. I don't know why WWE opted to fill everything in 3 weeks. I don't. And I'm just calling out the things that I see because I've been a big proponent as a creator to get the King of the Ring tournament back to its full prominence. We're on the way there. But WWE needs more than 3 weeks to tell this story and to map out this tournament. I love the fact that they separated the brands. I love the fact that we got a King of the Ring tournament on SmackDown. I love the fact that we got a King of the Ring tournament on Raw. It separates the brands and gives each brand something to fight for while also maintaining brand integrity. The finals are the only part of this tournament that will give us a Raw vs. SmackDown superstar, which should be kept special. I don't want to see people showing up on one show from the other. I don't want to see them breaking their own rules. If WWE could keep the brand versus brand thing special and keep the jumping from one brand to the other at a minimum, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, King of the Ring, Survivor Series potentially, WrestleMania potentially, 3-4 times a year at best, Elimination Chamber. WWE will slowly rectify the problems that the draft had in the Vince era. This is one of those things. But we need more than 3 weeks to tell these stories. Everything felt rushed. WWE put a lot of emphasis into this tournament during Raw and SmackDown over the last 3 weeks, while not really focusing on much else. And I mean that in a good and a bad way. Yes, the tournament took center stage, but WWE needs to do a better job of telling stories within the tournament instead of just, okay, this person won or that person won, this person advanced, that person advanced. They tried to do that with the lingering knee issues of Bianca Belair. They tried to do that with the knee issues, the back issues of Randy Orton. The submissions that Gunther had won with. He beat Sheamus. He beat almost everybody but Randy Orton in the tournament with a submission. He beat Kofi with a submission. He beat Jey Uso with a submission. They didn't really highlight that as a huge thing. It was there. It was like the undertone of the tournament. If they didn't really fill you in on that, that was going to be something very difficult to kind of pinpoint and figure out. I want them to tell us how important it is. I don't want to sit here. I never want to sit here as a fan and observe and have to come up with my own theories or my own conclusions or book a fucking storyline if this is AEW. Oh, this is where it's going to go because they don't fucking have any effort to put into anything and I have to figure out where the fuck they're going because they're not going to tell me. That's what I want from the not only creative, but that's what I want from the commentary team. They could build upon it and make it better year over year. I do feel like they rushed through it because we're in this post-WrestleMania lull, and we got WrestleMania, we got Backlash, and from Backlash 3 weeks later, we're in Saudi, and now WWE in 3 weeks is going to be in Glasgow for Scotland, Clash of the Castle. WWE is just pumping out these PLEs. Right now, there's no time to breathe. Then we got Money in the Bank. And then from Money in the Bank, we go to SummerSlam. It's kind of rapid-fire PLEs by WWE. Right now, I don't feel that there is any breathing room for stories on television to really be told in an adequate way. Everything feels rushed. The Saudi shows really kind of throw a wrench into that momentum. Without this Saudi show, we'd be looking pretty, sitting pretty, with WWE potentially telling some long-term stories from one pay-per-view to the other, but we got to stop here, and WWE needs gimmicks for Saudi, because what else are they going to do? Which brings me to my next point. A lot of people are upset comparing one show to the other. Oh, this show looked underwhelming. Oh, this show doesn't look good. This is a waste of my time. There's no stories being told here. Well, A, you're an idiot. There was stories being told here, and if you watch most of the matches on tonight's show, there is a story brewing in mostly everything that's going on. Is it the greatest story ever told? No, but we got the wheels in motion for certain aspects of WWE television. You know what to expect with these Saudi shows. We've been through this with Vince McMahon in his era. We've been through this with Triple H. I don't understand the shock and awe and the surprise of everybody from these fucking copy and paste merchants on fucking social media. Everybody's got to complain about Saudi Arabia. No shit. There's no use in complaining when WWE is netting $50 million per show. They don't give a fuck what you think. If you think you're going to actively make any change or stop WWE from going to Saudi Arabia for a King of the Ring, and they've already announced Crown Jewel for November 2nd, you're speaking to the air. Nobody gives a shit. WWE can do whatever the fuck they want. They are the hottest ticket in pro wrestling right now. Do I like the Saudi shows? No, I don't. I don't want to see a WrestleMania there. I think that would be fucking an abomination, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to see that happen. I don't even want to see a Royal Rumble here. If WWE gets the money they want for a WrestleMania or a Royal Rumble, you know where those events are going to take place. I think it would be fucking ridiculous if Saudi Arabia gets a fucking WrestleMania before the United Kingdom does. But what do you expect? Oh, there's only 5 matches on the show. That's great. That's great. I got fucking cultists from Fightful arguing over lengths of pay-per-views. I don't know what planet you guys are fucking coming from, but nobody seemed to complain when Triple H was doing the NXT takeovers at 2.5 hours and all you got was 5 matches. Where was the energy then? Oh, it's 5 matches. This shit sucks. Oh, SummerSlam is going 2 nights. Suck my dick. I'm sorry. I would rather take 5 matches and 2 hours and 52 minutes than spending fucking $50 and being mentally and physically drained after 5 fucking hours of 14 matches. Now, don't take what I say out of context. Because I'm the only one, I was the first one, by the way, to coin Tony Khan Mr. Pay-Per-View. He is still Mr. Pay-Per-View. He's going to deliver tomorrow night like he usually does. And we'll come on here and say Double or Nothing was a fucking banger show, like it usually is, no matter how weak the card looks. But comparing shows is not going to do you any good. You're spending $50 for AEW. I'm not spending anything but $9.99 for Peacock and my subscription to the service. Did anybody complain when we were paying for WWE Network and the only thing we were paying for the network was NXT? 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you got the best fucking pro wrestling show anywhere from any promotion. Nobody was able to touch the show that they put on and the vision that was happening down there. They always left you wanting more. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem that Paul Levesque is going about the same thing that he did. How long ago was that? 2017 to 2019? It seems like fucking forever ago. Now, all of a sudden, we have a problem with Paul Levesque giving us 5 matches and 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 50 minutes of pro wrestling on TV. Why? Why? You do realize that quality over quantity will always rule out, will always be where people want to go. Nobody wants to watch 14 fucking matches with 90% of them having little to zero story. No break in between. No breathing room. Oh, WWE does nothing but entrances. There's 15-minute entrances, and there's video packages. I'm sorry, what? Video packages for what? To get you caught up to speed on everything that happened? Gee, I wonder who doesn't do that. Gee, I wonder why they started doing it, because everybody started to fucking complain. I'll take that any day over the fucking week. Do you want to know why you get video packages on Peacock the way that you do right now? Because people are too fucking cheap to pay for the fucking service. Those fucking idiots are getting commercials, legitimately. Go and pay for your fucking Peacock subscription at $4.99. You're getting fucking commercials, whereas we get no commercials, yet we get video packages highlighting what's coming up next. I'm sorry. You're complaining about video packages because the fucking poor people don't want to pay an extra $5 for a commercial-free experience. The amount of fucking stupidity in the community is just staggering. I love the way WWE PLEs are working out. I love it. We're not sitting here for 5 hours. We're not here for 6 hours. We're not looking at a fucking 11-match card. 5 or 6 matches is tops. Tops! After I did my gig at House of Glory last night, you know what Amazing Red asked me and Solid Monster? He's like, what'd you think of the show? We were at Club La Boom in Queens last night. We had 7 matches or so on the show. We were off the air in less than 3 hours. Probably got out of the venue. Probably went off the air around 10:40 or so. I looked at Red and I said, the show was perfectly structured. Matches were in the right order. There was no intermission like we usually see with these fucking garbage indie promotions. The momentum stayed. The show got better. The crowd got hotter. The crowd got more excited. 6 to 7 matches tops. And he looked at both me and Solid Monster and said, yeah, I think that's the way we're going to go. I like that. 14 matches. For everybody complaining, I don't really understand. I don't really understand people complaining about 5 fucking matches on a Saudi show that most of the people complaining aren't even going to fucking watch. You'll complain about it when we get to Clash of the Castle as well. Oh, there's only 5 matches on this fucking show. Great. Go watch the last Clash of the Castle. How many fucking matches did it have? Did you complain about that fucking show? Ridiculous. Nobody wants to sit there and watch 14 fucking matches. And then the fucking virgins who go to these fucking scrums, they sit there for another 2 hours, and then they want to complain about 2 nights of SummerSlam. Oh, gee, man. Gee Willikers, guy. Oh, man, 2 nights of SummerSlam is a really bad thing. What would you prefer? Triple H add another 4 hours on top of a singular night and give us 14 matches? Yeah, because I want my brain to be a puddle of fucking goo at the end of the night. Nobody wants that type of shit in abundance like that. That's why WWE went to 5 matches. That's why the MLB gave us now a fucking stopwatch for the fucking pitcher to throw the ball to the mound. Nobody wants to watch that amount of anything. That fucking pizza every night. I fucking hate pizza. But people don't understand that quality over quantity is the way to go. Ridiculous. We're going to get into the King of the Ring. I'm going to save all my thoughts because it was only a 5-match show. I'm going to save my thoughts on Liv Morgan. We'll talk about that at the top. We're going to get into Gunther shocking Randy Orton. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but there was one little instance that happened in that match that people are saying, is it going to be something that WWE calls back to and builds a story for Randy Orton coming out of this match? Randy's shoulders were not on the mat when the referee made the 3 count. I don't know if that was done by design. Well, I don't know if they botched. I want to say I think that with the level of performer Randy Orton and Gunther are, I mean, the mistakes that they make is very rare. So the first thought in my mind is, well, it's got to be planned. Something's got to come out of that. They didn't really mention it on commentary, and when someone tried, I think Corey Graves tried to mention it, they quickly moved past that. So I don't know. Nia Jax beats Lyra Valkryia. Bird Girl. We'll talk about that. And then the Women's Tag Team Championships were on the line as well. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair relegated to the pre-show. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. And I want to thank you guys for joining me here. We got Benjamin Cohen, MGM Ballin, and my guy James with a $100 bomb times 3. Benjamin says, hey, JD, my uncle is related to Salamonster, who you have on Tuesday nights. That's why I send Super Chat to both of you. Thank you so very much, Benjamin. Shout out to your uncle. We hope to see him in the chat on Tuesday nights for episode 50 of Tuesday Night Titans, man. Thank you so much, Benjamin. MGM Ballin with a $100 Super Chat. Feeling generous since I just signed an offer on a new job. Can't wait to leave my current job. Anyway, here's to the realest in the IWC. Thank you for always telling it like it is. JD, thank you, Ballin, and good luck with your new job, brother. And James with a $100 Super Chat. Great work as always. Dropping a $100 Super Chat for each one of the RKO's shoulders that was down at the end. James, thank you so very much. And we will talk about that here tonight on the post show, right here on Off the Script. Appreciate you guys being here, man. It's fucking hot. Even with the air on in here, man, these lights, working on the key lights, man. I got 2 Elgato key lights, and I'm fucking dying. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for joining me, man. We got 2,700 in here on a Saturday afternoon happy hour. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. We were live on Monday for Raw. Tuesday Night Titans, episode 49 with the Salamonster and myself. Tuesday night, Wednesday, Jesse and I were live. Upsetting the cultists, as usual, because they don't have a fucking brain. Wednesday night. Thursday, we talked about SummerSlam, going 2 nights. Extra, go check that out. Friday, I uploaded Double or Nothing, full preview and predictions with Jason, the Salamonster, and myself. Go check that out. And tonight, we are live for the King and Queen of the Ring. And then tomorrow night, Jesse and I will be live for Double or Nothing, following the show tomorrow night to conclude this Memorial Day weekend. And then I'll be right back to work on Monday night for Raw. The work never stops, man. How am I going to get through this weekend? How am I going to get through this weekend? You know how I'm going to get through this weekend, man? There's only one way I get through these weekends. My preferred method to get through these weekends is Magic Mind. See how I do this? It's very easy. I take my favorite sparkling water of choice, ice cold, by the way. Shake up my little bottle of Magic Mind. Mental stimulation in a bottle. Energy in a bottle. How am I the #1 live stream in the entire community nightly, week in and week out? Because I have Magic Mind. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you know what? It's absolutely delicious. It's unbelievable. So good, I'm going to play Doc one more time. What's Magic Mind, you say? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Say goodbye to feeling amped up and hello to feeling dialed in. You guys want a sharper mind? Absolutely, Magic Mind. You guys want less stress? Magic Mind. Though when I'm dealing with geeks in the community, that's another story. Stronger motivation? Magic Mind. Better energy? Magic Mind. For cognition, lion's mane mushrooms. For energy, they have B2, B3, B12 vitamins. And for less stress, they have turmeric and vitamin C and vitamin D3. It tastes great. I absolutely love it. Take it every morning. I take it every night when I'm watching WWE or AEW. I'm certainly going to be taking it tomorrow night for Double or Nothing. And on a rare occasion, I'll usually drink some of this on my way to the gym when I know I'm going to have a tough day lifting the weights. You could use it however you want. But if you guys want more energy in the most healthiest way possible, that actually works. If you guys are like me and are addicted to caffeine, coffee, I have my coffee, man. I can't do without it. But a great substitute is Magic Mind. Go and get yours today. I left you guys a link in the description and at the top of the comment section. You guys can get up to 48% off your first subscription or 20% off one-time purchases with code JD from NY20 at magicmind.com/JD from NY. Man, I want to thank them, as always, for supporting what I do right here on Off the Script. Let's get into this King and Queen of the Ring post-show, man. We're going to start off with the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's World Championship. In fact, I'm going to retract that. We're going to talk about the pre-show because WWE actually put a match on the pre-show for the first time in quite a while. And it was the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. This is for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, this match was made last night. Again, I have to preface this. I did not watch SmackDown because I got home late from House of Glory. I went right to sleep, and then I got up and prepared this morning for King and Queen of the Ring. So this match apparently was made last night, and the immediate thing that jumped off my brain was, why are Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell getting a championship tag team title match against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair when on Monday, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark won a #1 contender tag team championship opportunity in a fatal four-way? Now, a lot of people were telling me that it was a future opportunity or a future title match. I don't know when that future match is going to be. Maybe WWE wants to spread it out. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention or that close enough attention to the wording of the championship opportunity. Or I just chalked it up to being Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark refused to travel to Saudi Arabia, or they could not travel to Saudi Arabia. And WWE, being that they already showcased Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill on the posters for this show, they wanted to include them on the show in some way, shape, or form. And Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell were already there, and they figured let's put something on for everybody during the pre-show. One way or the other, my thoughts still remain the same. The tag team titles in the women's division are absolutely fucking worthless. Nobody gives a shit about them, and they got zero momentum, no matter who they're on. This was very basic. Nobody looked overly egregious here. Nobody looked like they fucked up royally for this guy here for me to complain. This was a very basic tag team match. Cargill started the match, quickly giving LeRae a fall-away slam. Belair did a cartwheel, walked up to Cargill, who slammed Belair on top of LeRae with some double-team moves. They're trying to actually act as a tag team. Belair was still selling her leg from the Queen of the Ring tournament, and that ended up playing a part of LeRae escaping and tagging in Hartwell, who took over. Obviously, they beat down Jade to get the heel heat, and then Cargill tagged in. Cargill gave LeRae and Hartwell stinger splashes in the corner. Cargill hit a powerbomb on Hartwell, but LeRae broke up the pin. That was a sit-out powerbomb that looked actually very good by Cargill. LeRae and Hartwell hit an assisted moonsault spot, but Hartwell only got a 2 count. So the champions start coming back. They rallied. They ended up getting the win with a wheelbarrow DDT into a German suplex combination, which looked great. I don't think that looked good enough for a finishing move, but it looked good enough to beat this jobber tag team of Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell on the pre-show for the King and Queen of the Ring. So they retain the tag team championships, and Jade gets her first Saudi experience. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill retain the tag team championships. So now I guess we get Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark being the next victims of this mega duo of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Great. Yes, nobody got nattied. Yes, nobody got nattied. Then we get into the main show, and we continue with the ladies' action. We get Liv Morgan challenging Becky Lynch for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan's revenge tour. That's the story. Liv Morgan injured Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was forced to vacate the Women's Championship. She was never scheduled to lose the Women's Championship at all this year. She was absolutely carrying that title into next year's WrestleMania. But a creative decision had to be done to get the belt off of Rhea Ripley and put it in a position that would make sense until Rhea Ripley got back. That's exactly what WWE did. So as soon as Rhea vacated the championship, the following week we got a battle royal to determine the new WWE Women's World Champion. It came down to Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch ended up winning the battle royal, and Becky Lynch ended up winning the championship. The vacated championship that once was held by Rhea Ripley, who she failed to beat at WrestleMania. A lot of people complained. I am not really surprised at the level of stupidity in the internet wrestling community. I try to talk some logic into everybody, and you get my people that agree, and you get people that just want to listen to what they listen to, and they don't want to listen to the words coming out of your mouth, and they think you're mentioning something, but they're listening to something else. I don't know what the fuck's going on with half of the people in the community. They're fucking half-witted idiots. The day of the Battle Royal, I said, okay, I get why Becky Lynch won the championship. WWE wanted the title on a credible name before they make any rash decisions about what the championship is going to look like 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 4 months from now. They wanted to put it on a veteran with star power and presence. In comes Becky Lynch. The Liv Morgan fans didn't understand that. Why didn't Liv Morgan win the championship? It's her time, man. I mean, I think I'm good at explaining how things are going to go and why explaining things should be the way that they are, but nobody seems to fucking care. And in the end, more times than not, I end up being proved right. So at some point, you're going to have to fucking listen to me no matter what you think of me. Because in this case, I was proven right once again. Becky Lynch won the championship. What would it have done for Liv Morgan to win the championship in that battle royal, which was a fucking disaster? Nothing. So we got a couple more weeks of television, a couple more weeks of Dominic floating around, walking into Liv's locker room, walking out of Liv's locker room, Liv walking out of her locker room. These little Easter eggs that Triple H is putting in the background of said backstage promos. Liv Morgan walking out of Judgment Day's SUV a couple of weeks ago. Pictures of Liv Morgan with Dominic's handkerchief hanging out of her pocket ever so gently. If Liv Morgan won the championship in the Battle Royal, what exactly would all of this mean? Jack shit. So I don't understand why you were upset when Liv Morgan didn't win the championship. So we got weeks of little Easter eggs and weeks of little instances that got people excited. And then we get the match, which we all knew was going to be the match. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan, because there was nobody else, being that the draft happened. They drafted the only top contender on the brand to SmackDown in Nia Jax, which left Liv Morgan. Who else was going to challenge Becky Lynch for the World Championship? So we get this match tonight. And what do you think happened? Exactly what I told you it would end up being. Liv Morgan beats Becky Lynch with the help of Dominic Mysterio, and now your woman is the champion for now. And we got a little mini saga going on here. Did Dominic help Liv Morgan, or did Dominic try to help Becky Lynch? Man, all those weeks of backstage little Easter eggs are now coming out and revealing themselves. But to the Liv Morgan fucking idiot out there who wanted instant gratification, they wanted none of this to exist because they wanted to crown her 4 weeks ago. Maybe you should trust the process. Maybe Triple H ain't so bad after all, huh? For all the bullshit that he gets online. Great. Is he perfect? No. But he's certainly handling Liv Morgan better than Vince McMahon did, wouldn't you say? As far as the match goes, this was probably Liv Morgan's best singles match. Do I want to say of the year? I will probably go out there on a limb and say this was Liv Morgan's best singles match this year. She looked good. The only criticism I have about Liv Morgan is her offense. Not that her offensive moveset is bad. The impact of said moveset is bad. Liv Morgan doesn't deliver impactful moves. I don't know what it is. It's fluff. It's weak. It's almost like The Miz. You ever watch The Miz wrestle? Nothing is impactful. That's the vibe I get when I watch Liv Morgan. Not good. Not good at all. I thought she worked well with Becky. I don't know what the fuck Becky was wearing, by the way. Becky was dressed as a butler. I don't know, maybe she binge watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on the fucking flight to Jeddah. I don't know. Becky looked like she was dressed to hand me 3 old fashions after a night out on the town. What the fuck was she wearing? I don't know. Match was good, though. They gave these ladies time, and the outcome was right, with a nice little tease at the end with Dominic Mysterio. So, during the pre-show, Dominic came up to Dominic came up to Liv Morgan to talk about Rhea Ripley and told Liv Morgan that he was there. He flew 17 hours to Jeddah to watch you lose to Becky. I will do whatever it takes to keep you away from mommy's title. Now, clearly, in that moment, I thought he was full of shit. So we get to the match. The two ended up outside. Liv Morgan cut off Becky Lynch, dropped her on the middle rope. Morgan was playing up to the crowd. She was the obvious heel in this match. Everybody was pro Becky. Lynch cut her off. She started to make a babyface comeback. She goes up top. She finds an opening and hits her top rope leg drop. Lynch tried for a disarm her, but Morgan hit a code breaker for a very close near fall. Lynch starts to come back. She went up to the top rope. Morgan rolled away and connected with a drop kick. Morgan tried for her finish, which she calls Oblivion. Becky Lynch cut her off and hit a reverse DDT for a near fall. Becky Lynch went for the manhandle slam, but Liv Morgan countered with a roll-up, but Lynch kicked out. They traded punches back and forth. Morgan went for a springboard arm drag. Lynch countered that into a disarm her. So Morgan countered that into a Rings of Saturn, but Becky Lynch countered that back into the disarm her. All of a sudden, Dominic Mysterio appears at ringside. Becky Lynch was obviously distracted as to why he was out there. We do not know whose side he's on. So Becky Lynch was distracted, walked into a code breaker by Liv Morgan. Morgan went to the top rope. Becky Lynch met her up there, and she delivers a superplex. Mysterio then goes by the timekeeper's area. He grabs a steel chair. He slides it into the ring, and he slides it in the direction of Becky Lynch. Referee was down, or the referee was distracted. So Morgan, with the referee distracted now, trying to take care of Dominic, asking why he's out there. Get out of here. What are you doing? He already slid the chair in the ring. He did not see the chair in the ring. So Liv Morgan, with the referee's back turned to the in-ring action because he's preoccupied with Dominic, Morgan hits a DDT on Becky Lynch into the chair and then hits Oblivion. Makes the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Liv Morgan wins the Women's World Championship from Becky Lynch. Now, both Michael Cole and Corey Graves basically pointed out that Dominic Mysterio was an idiot for letting Liv Morgan win the championship. That line stuck out to me because I honestly feel that Dominic Mysterio is trying to low-key prevent everybody from figuring out what really is going on, and he's trying to hide the fact that he's having a secret affair of some sorts with Liv Morgan, and he doesn't want anybody to really pinpoint how obvious it really is. Now, this will bring Rhea Ripley back to television when she's ready, and that's going to be a whole sub-story in this Liv Morgan Revenge Tour angle, where Rhea Ripley will eventually get her championship back. But why is Dominic doing this to Rhea Ripley? Dominic can't be that fucking stupid. Dominic didn't blatantly come out and tell Liv Morgan that I'm going to keep this title away from you and you're not going to get mommy's title. Meanwhile, we've already seen Liv Morgan walk out of the Judgment Day's SUV. We've seen Dominic and Liv Morgan exit very quietly, very secretly, their own locker room. What were they doing in there together? You know, while the cat is away, the mice will play. In this case, it's Dominic who's being the mouse, and Liv Morgan is the cat. The cat's going to get whatever she wants. And Liv Morgan's revenge tour just kind of owns up to her revenge tour. She's going to take everything from Rhea Ripley. She's already taken her championship, and now she's going to take her puppy, her boy toy. It only makes sense. It will be played off as very similar to what Santos Escobar did to Rey Mysterio. Everybody thought that Santos Escobar left the brass knuckles for Logan Paul, right? Or he left the brass knuckles, rather, for Rey Mysterio, but they were, in fact, left for Logan Paul because at that point, Santos was already fed up with Rey Mysterio, and he didn't give a shit about protecting Rey or not. It's the same thing. Dominic might have slid the chair to Becky Lynch, but he meant it. He meant it for Liv Morgan. Otherwise, he would have listened to the referee's, anger, and he would have listened to the referee's ruling, and he would have vacated the area. He just lingered there, and he distracted the referee even more so for Liv Morgan to win the championship and use the steel chair. So, no matter how I feel about Liv Morgan, no matter how I feel about her as a performer, she is the women's champion right now. And as far as where Liv Morgan is, she is a transitional champion. When Rhea Ripley gets back, just like I told you, Liv Morgan fans, when Becky wins that battle royal, it's going to be better for Liv to beat Becky one-on-one to play into real story than have instant gratification and Liv Morgan win the battle royal. Like I was proven right then, I'm going to tell you guys right now. You got your girl as the world champion. You wanted a story. This story is going to take this angle from this point on until whenever Rhea Ripley comes back, whether that's SummerSlam, September, October, who knows? We don't have a diagnosis for how long she's going to be out, but the story is going to build. When Rhea Ripley gets back, the story will conclude. The story will conclude by Judgment Day already being broken up, and with Rhea Ripley winning the Women's World Championship back that she was never scheduled to lose, and go on a massive baby face run. That's the way it's going to go. But this right now, we are in the heart of the best part of it all, the story. That's what I'm here for. That's what you guys should be here for. Liv won the championship. Great. She beat Becky. Great. The company trusts her to hold the championship until Rhea gets back. Great. This is where the fun begins. The story. It's funny that we crowned King and Queen. Story is king in WWE. No matter who the fucking crown is being held by. You know who the ultimate king is? Story. Long-term booking. That's what you're going to get. If you find yourself complaining about it, then maybe you should stop fucking watching pro wrestling. And this is something that I preach daily about AEW. If they had story, most of us wouldn't be complaining. They need story. Story here is going to carry this angle to the next chapter. And I am excited to see it play out. And I hope Rhea's back by SummerSlam, because that would be a perfect blow-off, a perfect place to do Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Now, speaking of Becky Lynch lost tonight, and I have some news on Becky Lynch. Apparently, the rumor is, the discussion is, that Becky Lynch has not signed a new WWE contract as of yet. I don't know why. I don't know what she's waiting out for. I can be an analyst and tell you why, potentially. I'll get to that in a second. But a lot of people are like, oh, well, Becky Lynch didn't win the championship tonight. She dropped it to Liv Morgan. She hasn't signed a new contract. What's going on? So the discussion is, all right, well, she hasn't signed a new contract. The likelihood that Becky is going to jump ship has now increased. Jump ship meaning jump ship to AEW. No. I'm sorry, you AEW cultists. I don't want to tell you that you're completely wrong, because there is a small chance that that could actually happen. But I think at the end of the day, we are not going to see Becky Lynch jump to AEW. I'll get to that also in a second. So why are people coming up with this conclusion? Well, she lost the championship. She hasn't signed a new contract. Well, let me tell you something, folks. Whether Becky signed the contract or not, she was always scheduled to lose this championship match tonight to Liv Morgan, because Becky holding the championship any further than past tonight doesn't make sense. So I don't know where your line of thinking is actually going. Stop trying to farm engagements online and stop trying to cause trouble with your fucking sheer idiocy, please. No matter if Becky was signed to WWE or not, if she signed a contract 2 weeks ago to remain with WWE for the next 5 years, she would have lost this championship tonight regardless, because it doesn't make sense for her to hold the championship. Number one. Number two, WWE apparently has opted to drop one of Becky Lynch's most lucrative trademarks for big-time Becks. It's great. They are not bringing back the big-time Becks trademark. WWE filed a trademark for big-time Becks back in September of 2021, but this application faced opposition from someone else who felt the name infringed on a mark that they had the rights to. Legal proceedings have been ongoing, and the trademark remains listed as pending due to these unresolved issues. Now, in September 2021, WWE filed to trademark Big Time Becks. This was during her heel run. Trademark faced the heel run that netted us the glorious gimmick of my little house, my precious. That heel turn. Because Bruce Pritchard had a fucking addiction to watching Peter Jackson fantasy films. The trademark faced opposition 9 days before the filing, with the ongoing of legal proceedings as recent as April 1st. According to public records, a discovery conference was ordered in March. The board recommended using the accelerated case resolution process. Initial disclosures were due May 3rd, with the process potentially extending to August of 2025. According to the motion document, WWE was aware of the opposer's big-time trademark since 2006 when they received a cease and desist. Typical of WWE to not give a shit about the small-timer. In September 2021, WWE filed the big-time Becks mark. Opposer communicated opposition within 9 days. WWE was aware of the opposition and engaged in settlement discussions, but did not follow up after March of 2022. The opposer filed 2 letters of protest and initiated oppositions and proceedings in November of 2023, and WWE missed the deadline for filing an answer to the opposition. WWE claimed the Christmas Day deadline caused the delay, but the opposer argues that this is implausible given WWE's resources and prior notifications. The trademark remains listed as pending due to legal ongoing proceedings. And then WWE opted to drop the trademark altogether. So this has been going on for quite a while. People have now referenced this as, oh, yeah, Becky Lynch is not coming back. Becky Lynch is not coming back. But this has been an ongoing legal issue for WWE. As if WWE can't come up with another cringy nickname for Becky Lynch. As if WWE doesn't have anything else lined up to give the woman. Maybe they're just going to go with the man. Or come up with something else. Big Time Bex was fucking big time cringe anyway. That was one of her worst gimmicks. Clearly. But people are now citing this as a reason as to why mixing that with, well, she hasn't signed the new contract. Oh, yeah, she's about to jump ship. I don't want to sit here and tell you that Becky Lynch doesn't have a chance to end up in AEW. Clearly, money is more than a lot of people are going to get. Becky Lynch is going to get a hell of an offer from AEW if she remains a free agent. AEW's schedule is very attractive. I mean, look at Sasha Banks, who was recently interviewed by several publications this weekend ahead of her in-ring return at Double or Nothing tomorrow night. Creative freedom. The handcuffs are off. I needed to prove myself. I was not going to be able to do that within the WWE system right now. Becky Lynch has done everything that she could possibly do in WWE. The schedule is lighter. The money is going to be just as good, if not better, from Tony Khan. More time at home, less time on the road. Her daughter doesn't have to be on the road with them. She could be home with their daughter, her and Rollins. I mean, there's a lot of attractive offers, a lot of attractive upside to going to AEW. Plus, the most important thing, paid. She's going to get paid. But the one downside to that is Seth Rollins just signed the new deal to remain with the WWE. The one downside to that is AEW's creative is fucking dog shit right now. Up and down the card, no matter if you're looking at the men or you're looking at the women. Mercedes has not made a lick of a difference in the ratings. Okada has not made a lick of a difference in the ratings. Will Ospreay has not made a lick of a difference in the ratings. Swerve winning the championship has not made a lick of a difference in the rating. The Bucks pile driving Tony Khan is a fucking fail. Do you genuinely think Rebecca Quinn going to AEW is going to make any sort of difference whatsoever? You must be fucking mental. She will do nothing. The only thing that it will do is aggravate the fucking fan base more because Tony Khan continues to bring in AEW, or continues rather to bring in WWE talent, further pushing AEW talent down the ladder, and all they look like is a WWE fucking waste bin. Further moving AEW from its original mission statement, which looks nothing like what they set out for it to be 5 years ago. Any questions? Rebecca Quinn is not going to AEW. There's a chance. But why would she leave WWE? You do realize why she has not signed the contract yet, right? Because Tony Khan is a fucking fool. Tony Khan is a fucking sucker. He's going to see Rebecca Quinn floating around on the free agent market. He's going to offer her $3.5 to $4 million, whatever the fuck he's paying Mercedes. You know what Rebecca's going to do? She's going to go right back to TKO Holdings and say, Dwayne, Ari Emanuel, this fucking mark offered me $4 million. I'd like 4.5. And you know what? WWE's going to pay it. Why? Because Triple H already lost Mercedes. He ain't losing Rebecca Quinn to AEW or anybody else. You AEW fans are fucking mental. Really. Now, if it happens, I'll come on here and publicly apologize. I'll still stand with my original statement. She ain't making no fucking difference whatsoever in that fucking division. Nothing will change there unless the creative process changes completely. But Rebecca is not leaving her husband. Rebecca is not leaving Triple H. And Rebecca is not leaving the payday that WWE is about to give her. I mean, for Christ's sakes, Drew McIntyre could have did the same thing. You know where he opted to stay? WWE. Plus, they gave him more time with his family. You don't think they'd do the same thing to Becky Lynch? Give me a fucking break. Seriously. You can stop with the narrative. You can stop with the fucking bullshit. You could stop sitting there fucking pipe dreaming away that AEW's magically going to get another fucking talent that they're going to drop the ball with. They already have a fucking bloated roster. You want to add more? You want to add more? How about we start building new stars over there? How about we start incorporating a brand split between Dynamite and Collision? How about we maybe start making some roster cuts? Because half the fucking people there probably are asking themselves, what the fuck do I got to do to get some TV time? This fucking Mark keeps throwing money at everybody. Becky Lynch is staying with WWE. Moving on. Sami Zayn. We got an Intercontinental Championship title match here. Triple threat for the IC title. Let me take some of my, take a sip of some of my magic mind. See, man, this is what happens. Did you see what I just gave you, man? A fucking gospel. Preached. No hiccups. Direct. You want to know why? Because I'm drinking Magic Mind, man. You know I'm fucking on point every time I'm drinking Magic Mind. Every single time. Go get yours today, man. Link is in the live stream chat, man. Get up to 48% off. Love it. Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, Intercontinental Championship title match. Another very good match. This match was great. It only went 11 minutes. But I think what they did for the 11 minutes was really good. They could have given these guys another 5-6 minutes. I don't know why they didn't. But it was mostly about Chad Gable and Otis. That's the story. The Intercontinental Championship right now is not at the forefront. It will be. But right now, it's not at the forefront. This match was all about Gable and all about Otis. How did we get there? Otis has been degrading and belittling his Alpha Academy students. Maxine Dupree, obviously. Guys, listen, you can't boo Maxine Dupree, man. We're gonna upset some fucking soft pussy from Fightful, and we're gonna get in trouble, okay? They're gonna cancel us. So stop it, please. Seriously. Oh, my goodness. Listen, man, Righteous Reg may tell me to go suck 2 dicks. We can't do that to poor Maxine, man. We can't boo Maxine. Belittling Maxine, Tozawa, and Otis. Maybe if Maxine learned more than one fucking move, maybe Gable wouldn't fucking criticize her, you know? Anyway, this was all about Otis and Gable. Otis, he was told to help Gable on Monday night beat Sami Zayn. He did. He didn't want to, but he did. Sami Zayn lost a non-title match and lost to Chad Gable with the help of Otis. Otis then, in the show later on in the night, went to Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn was angry, but not really angry. But Otis apologized to Sami Zayn, and Otis apologized, and Sami Zayn looked at him and said, you know what, Otis, I accept your apology because I know that you're a good-hearted person. I know that. I've known you for years. Chad Gable is not. So Otis, later on in the evening that same night, he goes to Chad Gable and says, I apologize to Sami Zayn. Chad Gable mixed signals here. Otis was honest and upfront with him. But Chad Gable said, you know what? I love that plan. You're gaining his trust to only turn on him and break his heart again. I love it. So Gable thought that that was the plan coming into tonight. Otis was going to help Gable win the IC title. Bronson Reed is a non-factor. He was only there to take the pinfall, which is exactly what happened. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship. Crowd was super into this match and super into Sami Zayn. The crowd reaction was really good. I love the fact I couldn't tell if it was legit and genuine on Monday night. But WWE is really pushing Chad Gable's theme to go in line with the crowd chanting, "You suck," like they did for Kurt Angle all those years ago. I like it. I do. So, Sami Zayn was obviously the most over in this match. He went after Gable as soon as the bell rung. Reed cut him off. Reed managed to catch both Zayn and Gable, managed to slam both of them to the ground at the same time. Bronson Reed is a fucking savage. Love him. Zayn threw Gable to the floor, and Reed soon joined him as Zayn hit a huge tope to the floor. Reed attempted to gain control here, took Sami Zayn to the top rope. Zayn took down Reed for a near fall. He tried for a Blue Thunder Bomb, couldn't lift the big man up. Gable came back, attempted a superplex, but Reed recovered, and he hit the Tower of Doom spot that you usually see in these multi-man matches. Superplex powerbomb combination administered by Big Bronson Reed. Reed then goes up top, and Corey Graves thought he was going for the tsunami, but he was in a moonsault position. He attempted the moonsault on Zayn. Zayn escaped. Gable hit one of his own on the opposite side. This was a great spot. So Bronson Reed misses a moonsault. Gable goes to the opposite end, hits the moonsault on Sami Zayn. And Zayn connected with a springboard DDT on Reed, but Gable fought back with an ankle lock. Reed recovered, but Gable took him down with an ankle lock as well. That was a beautiful transition. Zayn hit Reed with a Blue Thunder Bomb. He did get the big man up. Very impressive spot for Sami Zayn. All three are now on the outside. Reed took out both guys as he went to the top rope. Zayn took him out, but when Gable arrived, the two traded German suplexes. So all three did German suplexes here. We got, apparently, Chad Gable's the strongest man alive. He German suplex both Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed at the same time. So we're now on the outside. Bronson Reed is out, and we go literally to the outside right in front of the commentary table. Gable recovered, and he told Otis on the outside, he took out Bronson Reed, clothesline Bronson Reed, right? No DQ here. So now he wants the same thing to happen to Sami Zayn. So Gable lifts Zayn up. Otis won't do it. He's hesitating. He's talking to himself. He's contemplating. Crowd is chanting, "No, no, no." Otis tries, and he doesn't do it. His better conscience is telling him, "I can't do this." Chad Gable gets in his face. "You're an idiot. You're a failure." Slapping him across the face. "Do what I told you to do. You never listen to your coach. Stick to the plan." So he goes and holds Sami Zayn up again. This time, Otis delivers the clothesline, but he didn't hit Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn moved out of the way. He maneuvered out of the way, and Otis clotheslines Gable down to the ground. At this point, after the clothesline to Bronson Reed, Sami Zayn gets in the ring. He sees an opening, delivers the haluva kick, nails it on Reed. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn retains the Intercontinental Championship. I thought this was great. Crowd was great. The energy was great. The match itself was structured beautifully. Could have asked for a little bit more time, but I'm not going to complain. And the story of Gable and Otis is off and running. At this point, we are now nearing the story going into the next chapter, and the next chapter is Gable replacing all of the old Alpha Academy with men who are going to help him win the Intercontinental Championship. And that is Brutus and Julius Creed. Brutus and Julius Creed, the Creed brothers, joining a heel Chad Gable, will not only be one of the best things on Monday night, but it will be the one thing to propel both of these guys with the proper heat that they need to be a marquee tag team on Monday night. Led by Chad Gable, you cannot go wrong. You will not steer this ship in a wrong direction. Gable is fucking phenomenal. Not only in the ring, on the microphone, and people legitimately do not like him. Real character heel heat. This will give him the opportunity to win the Intercontinental title, and he will do that, I predict, at Clash of the Castle.
because he's already got a victory over Sami Zayn. Why not? Can you imagine Sami Zayn going into an international crowd and then holding the title only to lose it to the heel Chad Gable? Now, it may actually work out the opposite way. Chad Gable may actually be cheered over there instead of vilified, but, I mean, having him win the Intercontinental title right now is an inevitability. I'm very much looking forward to that taking place. And then maybe, I don't want to book too far down the line, but are we potentially looking at Otis versus Chad Gable? If Chad Gable wins the Intercontinental Championship, are we looking at Chad Gable versus Otis for the Intercontinental Championship around the time of SummerSlam? I don't know. It's going to be an interesting story to tell. It might not be the all-time banger after banger after banger we got with Gunther. But obviously Triple H loves Gunther. Gunther made that Intercontinental Championship into something very important. It still feels the same as it did. We don't look down upon it like we used to. It's still in major stories. It still has major stories surrounding it. Is Sami Zayn Gunther? No, he's not. Nobody's Gunther. But the title is better off now than it was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But the thing is, right now, Gunther, no matter how good he was, the only real stories that happened with him were with McIntyre and Sheamus. Not to take anything away from his title reign, but we now have a legitimate story being told with the Intercontinental Championship. You got to give and take. Is Sami Zayn Gunther? He's not supposed to be. But with this version of the Intercontinental title now off of Gunther, we are now getting story first and then the title second. The story is about the title. The story is one man wanting the championship. The story is one man wanting his team to help him win the title. He can't do that with his current team. So now he's going to assemble another team to help him win the title that has eluded him for over a year now. The optics. You got to understand what you're watching. It's not my fucking fault Tony Khan doesn't give you anything to think about anymore. You're getting that in this storyline. So the first match, story. Second match, story. I'd love for people to come and tell me and attack me on social media after the stream is over. JD's a WWE Triple H glazer. I'm sorry. I like story. I've been preaching story for fucking 7 years now. We used to get story in year 1, year 2, and even year 3 in AEW. You know how many stories I can count on one hand that actually mean something on AEW television? Zero. Tell the fucking story and everything else will follow. People are too stupid to understand basic storytelling and basic logic. Byron Saxon asked Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill if there's a secret to their team. Belair said that there wasn't any secret. Okay. I don't give a shit about the tag team titles or the division. The secret is WWE wanted to propel Jade, so they gave her a fucking meaningless title. There's your secret. Kaiwan Webster, bro, did you just join the fucking chat? I just went on a fucking rant about what the story actually is. Either show up on time or shut the fuck up. Get this guy out of here. Liv beating Becky with help is a story? Tell me you don't watch the fucking program on a weekly basis without telling me you don't watch the fucking program. Get him out. Fucking ridiculous. You wait 4 weeks to chat in this comment section, and that's the fucking comment that you are prepped and ready to go, huh? Sure, get him out. Who's in the chat? Where are my mods? Do I gotta mod my own fucking chat? I don't see any fucking mods in here. There you go, Kaiwan Webster, Guardian. There you go, brother. Guardian doing the deed. My boy, Guardian of Chaos. There you go. Benched. Goodbye. Goodbye, Kaiwan. Go watch Fightful. They'll blow smoke up your fucking ass while telling you to suck 3 dicks because you don't agree with their fucking takes. Fuck out of here.
Nia Jax. She went one-on-one with Lyra Valkryia. Who? Who is she? Listen, every time I come on here, man, no matter where I am, the beer garden, the OG venue, my mother's basement, who is she? Oh, she's... Well, listen, man, the bar back is telling me, remember Bird Lady from Home Alone 2. That's who she is? Oh, she has a guest appearance in The Crow, apparently. Is that right? What's with these bird references and bird movies, man? I don't watch none of this shit, man. Crow is overrated, by the way. See a war of words in the fucking comment section. Lyra Valkryia. She's a raven. The only raven I know is Johnny Polo. Queen of the Ring final. This was obviously done. This was obviously done to build up not only Nia Jax as a credible threat going into the summer, but Lyra Valkryia, a relative newcomer on the Monday Night Raw roster in the women's division. She was propelled to this spot here tonight because they truly believe in her. They want to get her over. She's friends with Becky Lynch. She's Irish, so the Becky Lynch correlation is there. And WWE is in desperate need to create new stars. The thing is, with Lyra, she's a good wrestler. I don't want to sit here and tell you that she's not. But that's as far as where I go with Lyra. The gimmick, I like the lore of her gimmick and the meaning of her name and the meaning of the wings. I love that shit, man. That type of lore, I love it. But man, she's got no charisma. She's got no body language to her. She's got no charisma. I get that they're trying to build her as an underdog babyface, but the soft-spoken underdog babyface only gets you so far, man. You either have it or you don't have it. And there's only a few people that do it. The two people that jump off the top of my head. Three people that jump off the top of my head. Bryan Danielson, Johnny Gargano during the height of his NXT Black and Gold run. And then obviously Becky Lynch when Nia broke her nose and the height of her popularity started to become a thing that WWE could not control. That's just recent. But other than that, WWE used to get those organic reactions and then kill them because it wasn't a part of the plan that Vince wanted. That's not going to happen here. But Lyra doesn't have it. I don't believe in Lyra yet. Can we get there? Sure. Is the capability of her being that there? Sure. It's going to be tough, but it's going to take a lot of work. Roxanne Perez in NXT is a great example. Look at what they did with Roxanne Perez. I mean, now, I don't know how much of this has to do with Cora Jade going down because Roxanne basically is playing Cora Jade's character with Cora Jade now being out. But Roxanne shed this goody two-shoes, fucking bubbly, girl next door attitude. And now she's a badass. That was Cora Jade's character. But look at how well Roxanne Perez is playing the badass heel. It's a lot more dynamic. It's a lot more... Now, I don't know if I necessarily believe in Roxanne Perez as that type of heel either. I mean, she's such a goody two-shoes that flipping the switch like that, complete 180, it's a little bit difficult to believe. But she's better off now than she was then. I will give her that. I'm not saying Lyra has to go and do that. But, I mean, up the attitude a little bit. Up the attitude. I'm not saying be a Becky Lynch clone. But the soft-spoken, well, yeah, I'm in the King of the Ring. I'm in the Queen of the Ring tournament. I'm looking forward to wrestling Nia Jax. I have a point to prove here tonight in Jeddah. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. We need something more. So I get why WWE put Lyra in this match. Having Lyra and Nia was the right way to go. And I get why WWE did it. But
seeing that this match was the match that they went with, it was very obvious who they were going with as far as Queen of the Ring. The match itself was fine. Not going to sit here and tell you it was a bad match. It was boring. There was no crowd reaction. There was no crowd heat. The crowd was very indifferent one way or the other. They didn't give a fuck about Nia, and they certainly didn't give a fuck about Lyra because nobody knows who she is. But that doesn't mean the match was bad. Lyra's a very good wrestler. Nia Jax has been a lot better than what we've previously seen of her in the past couple of years. Not going to sit here and tell you she's all of a sudden become the greatest pro wrestler in the division. But you could see the work that Nia Jax is doing, and I appreciate the work. Nia Jax has lost what, chat? What has she lost? 60 to 70, 80 pounds maybe? You see the work that she's put in. How could you hate on that? So she's put in the work, and she's done what she needs to do. But the match is boring. You're going to need more than a Queen of the Ring final to help get Lyra over. And the fact that this match took place in Saudi Arabia, it doesn't really aid in her getting over. It's almost as if the match didn't happen because she'll show up on Monday back in the States, and then there'll be no reaction here. So the match started, and Jax quickly took over. She started showing her strength. Lyra tried to go for a headlock, and Nia was just too powerful. She quickly took over, rammed Lyra on the outside of the ring after she hit a dive. Valkryia attempted to fight back, but Jax kept punching away. Jax put Lyra in a sleeper. Valkryia attempted to fight back with some elbows, but Jax spun her around and slammed Valkryia to the floor and connected with a Samoan drop. Jax went to the corner for the Annihilator. She looked to finish it very early. So the Annihilator is her finish. She couldn't get it in the ring. She was positioned on the outside on the apron, and she tried the Annihilator, and she tried to squash Lyra on the ring apron. She didn't. She missed. So she hit the apron hard. Camera zoomed in right on her face. Nia was yelling, "Oh boy, that hurt." So Lyra went for a running drop kick. Jax attempted to counter. Valkryia hit a bulldog to the floor. She took Jax back into the ring, goes up top, hits a missile drop kick, connected with a tornado DDT, goes for a cover, and gets a 2 count. Valkryia then went to the top rope again, but Jax threw her off and tried for the Annihilator again. So this is the second time for an Annihilator. Valkryia fought back, hit a leg drop off the top rope, goes for a cover, gets a near fall. Lyra attempted her Nightwing finish, but there was no way that's happening, as Nia Jax was way too big. Jax lifted her up, went for a top rope move. Valkryia attempted a sunset flip powerbomb. This was probably the best part of the match. So imagine that Lyra's on the top rope. She flips over. She lands feet first in the ring. Nia's holding on to the top turnbuckle, and Lyra's trying for a sunset flip bomb off the second rope. Nia, all of a sudden, decides to drop her weight down and deliver what I thought was probably the best-looking Annihilator she's ever done to Lyra, squashed the shit out of her. She sat there like Yokozuna with her arms crossed after the move was done. She knew it was over. 1, 2, 3, and Nia Jax is now Queen of the Ring. Triple H gets in the ring. He presented Nia Jax with the crown. Kayla Braxton was there, interviewed Jax. Jax cut her off and said, "Nobody here is happy for me that I won, but you know what? I'm happy for myself because I just won Queen of the Ring, and I will become the new WWE Women's Champion at SummerSlam." So SummerSlam, if Bayley can hold on to that championship from now until SummerSlam, Nia Jax versus Bayley will be your championship match coming out of SmackDown for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We got a Billy Bomb with a $100 super chat. What's up, JD and the OTS family? Hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend. And remember, all the men and women who sacrifice for our country, stay safe, And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Love you guys. I'm hanging in there and doing the best I can. Salute to you, Billy, and shout out to all of our great veterans who help sacrifice and serve for our country, man. Billy, thank you so much, brother. You get another round of applause, brother. We love Billy. Billy is a part of the OTS family. Love it. I thought this was decent, like I said. Not a blowaway match, boring, but the right winner was Nia Jax. Now, I love the fact that Nia and Bayley right now is set up for SummerSlam. I love the fact that we take a glance into August and know 2 matches already potentially for SummerSlam. With this move, I am concerned about one thing, and Solid Monster and I talked about this on Tuesday night. Nia Jax is the queen of the ring. How soon before we see the real queen, the one who hails from the Queen Cities? How long before we see Charlotte Flair show up on television? Queen versus queen, huh? He put that out there into existence. He willed it into existence potentially, and I could absolutely see it happening. Because you know it's getting to that time where Charlotte's been on social media. She's been updating everybody on her recovery. She looks great. She'll be back sooner rather than later. Who's to say that Nia Jax doesn't win that championship, only to then drop it back to Charlotte Flair on Friday night? I'm praying to the God, whoever that may be up there, that doesn't happen. Men's King of the Ring, Gunther. He goes one-on-one with Randy Orton. This is for the men's final. Before I get into the outcome, and before I get into what this potentially could be leading to, I want to sit here and tell you that Gunther's matches specifically, this is what I asked for years. Gunther's matches are the perfect definition. If you guys need any sort of explanation as to what I would want from a King of the Ring tournament, just look at Gunther's matches. Everything that Gunther did in this tournament, Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Jey Uso, and then Randy Orton. Every single match that he had is the personification of what the tournament should be every single year. The man is incredible. If you don't appreciate Gunther, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Is he everybody's cup of coffee? No. Is he gleaming with positivity and charisma? No. He's got his own charisma. He makes it work in his own ways. But if I see anybody tell me that Gunther is boring or Gunther sucks, you are out of here quicker than I could fucking blink. Oh, but JD, you just said this about everybody else and you're getting rid of people for their opinion. That's not an opinion. That's fucking stupidity. There's a difference between opinion and stupidity. There's no fucking possible way anybody could sit there and tell me Gunther sucks. Everything the man has done has been fucking gold. Everything. This match with Randy Orton is what a final of a tournament should be. I'm not taking away anything from AEW and their Continental Classic because I was one of the very few people who love the entire Continental Classic. So you people don't even have that to fucking, oh, but JD hates AEW. He's pro Triple H and King of the Ring. Where was he about the Continental Classic? I was one of the only creators that enjoyed every fucking week of the tournament while people were telling me that it meant nothing. Where's the story, people asked. I said for week after week after week, well, you got to watch the fucking tournament to see the stories that they're playing out. Now, did they play out those stories after the tournament? No, that's where they fucked up. But the Continental Classic was great. I'm not comparing the two tournaments. In fact, I enjoyed the Continental Classic more than I did the King of the Ring. Yeah, quote that. Clip that. I wish the King of the Ring was more like the Continental Classic. That was my fucking point. Should be a G1 style tournament, but WWE doesn't have the creative patience to do that on their shows. This final was great. Loved it. I thought this was better than Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley in the Continental Classic. That was fine too. I was in the building for that, but I enjoyed this a lot more. To me, this is more my cup of coffee as it was that match compared to that match. Not to say it was bad, I just prefer Gunther. The structure of this match was great. The crowd was great. WWE let things breathe. A lot of the visuals in this match really stood out to me as well. Randy Orton taking his time, relishing, looking at the crown, having the fans sing his theme internationally again. Gunther, they focused in on Gunther here. This man was stone cold throughout Randy Orton's entrance. He didn't let any of that faze him. No eye rolls, no nothing. He's like, go ahead, get it out of your system. I don't give a shit. I'm going to win the fucking crown. I'm king. I'm the king general. I'm King Gunther. Okay, let these fucking peons sing your song. Loved it. Started off slow. But that's the way a Gunther match usually starts. There are stages to this. They don't start at 100 miles an hour. They start at a nice cruising speed of 45 in the right lane. And then when you get annoyed enough with the fucking people who want to do 55 in a 70, then they shift to the left lane and then you start creeping up to 70, 75, then you go at 85. I know, I've done it. That's exactly what a Gunther match is. Started off slow. Gunther grabbed the arm. Orton reversed. Orton put Gunther in a side headlock. Gunther took Orton down to the corner. Referee called for a break. He then started to chop Orton. Orton's chest, not as bad as other people that we've seen before him, but Orton's chest started to develop redness and some welts. They were not going to beat Randy Orton's chest like fucking shot meat tonight. Gunther attempted a powerbomb. Orton escaped and dodged an RKO, and they were focusing in on Orton's shoulder. Gunther continued to chop down Orton, working over the shoulder. Orton finally hit a suplex, put him in control. Gunther dodged a power slam attempt by Orton, injured his knee in the process. So Orton's got the bad shoulder, the bad back, and the bad knee. Gunther hit some punches, still walked into a power slam. Orton followed with a draping DDT. Orton tried to go for the RKO, but Gunther followed with a slam and a flying headbutt. So Gunther has had the RKO scouted. He did suffer an RKO in this match, but he actually was one of the very few people to kick out of it. Gunther went to the top rope again after the flying headbutt, but he missed. This allowed Orton to hit the RKO. But Orton could not make the cover. Gunther rolled to the outside, where Gunther was slammed onto the table, which is a Randy Orton signature, twice, and the table did not break. After getting slammed on it a third time, the two ended up back in the ring, where Gunther started to target Orton's leg, putting Orton in the Boston Crab, a single leg crab, half crab. Orton escaped, hit the RKO. He slowly goes for a cover, and Gunther kicks out of the one move that nobody has kicked out of, the RKO. Orton favored his leg as Gunther pinned Orton with a crucifix coming out of the RKO. So the RKO delivered to Gunther. It didn't get him the win like he thought it was. He favored the leg coming down after delivering the RKO, and Gunther, with the wherewithal, Randy Orton sat up after the pinfall and crucifixed him down for the 1, 2, 3. Now, it was visible to anybody watching the show that Randy Orton's, his left shoulder was not on the mat. His right shoulder was on the mat, and the referee was in prime position to see that his left shoulder was not on the mat, but he counted the 1, 2, 3 anyway. I'll get to that in a second. Orton's shoulder was up. Referee counted 3 anyway. Gunther wins, and he is the 2024 King of the Ring. After the match, He gets the crown from Triple H, just like Nia got the crown from Triple H. Gunther gets the crown from Triple H. There's no cringy throne. There's no scepter. There's no cape. None of that nonsense. Here's your crown. You won the King of the Ring. You're now the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Great. He shakes Triple H's hand. Caleb Braxton, or what was it? Byron Saxton. It might have been Byron Saxton. He's in the ring, tells the crowd that he deserves this, and what he deserves is none of their business. The apex predator became the prey for the ring general. Gunther says he will become the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. Very simple, very basic. Gunther is going to be your World Heavyweight Champion no matter who is in the match at SummerSlam. Caleb Braxton interviewed Triple H. And to go along with what Gunther just said, Triple H made the match official. Drew McIntyre has been medically cleared by WWE's doctors. He will challenge Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. Glasgow. Am I pronouncing it right? The S is pronounced as a Z. Glasgow. Glasgow? Scotland. Clash at the Castle. I need a fucking vocabulary lesson from all my fine fans over in Scotland. Glasgow. June 15th in Scotland. Damian Priest is not walking out of Scotland as the World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk will try and will fail. I don't know where we go after that. McIntyre, Gunther, sign me up. Sign me up. Glasgow. Glasgow. Heathrow. I don't know. Whatever. Randy Orton's shoulder was up off the mat. I don't think WWE is going to make this into a storyline. I don't want to sit here and tell you that it was planned because I really don't know. But I also don't think that Gunther and Randy Orton made such an obvious fucking botch. Now, if it's a botch, it's an obvious one and a rare one because Orton and Gunther do not botch. But if it is a story, this could be weaved in to whatever Randy is doing at SummerSlam. I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to sit here and tell you Cody is a pushover, but we've seen pushover Cody more times than we care to remember. But Randy Orton, he can go on SmackDown and basically parade around that he was cheated out of the King of the Ring. That he should be the #1 contender for the WWE Championship that's being held by Cody Rhodes. So much so that Nick Aldis, management, Cody, say, you know what? I saw the footage. I saw what happened. Gunther won, but you got robbed. Your shoulder was off the mat. You won a championship match at SummerSlam. I'll give it to you. WWE either A, has this planned, which I don't think is the case, or B, they will make it the plan, and they will use this as a storyline to forward the Randy Orton narrative on SmackDown that he got robbed of the King of the Ring to give him a match at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE title. So we will see. I don't know. Triple H addressed it. Triple H already addressed it. He said what exactly? See? See, this is what I don't really know yet because I'm live, so you guys got to understand that some of this information I'm not privy to. What did he actually say? He said he would like a rematch. Triple H tweeted about it. Let's see. Let's go to Twitter. See what Triple H has to say for everybody listening to me here on YouTube and for everybody listening to me. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get this going here. Hold on.
Night for you, so I do appreciate your time. I want to address some controversy at the conclusion of the King of the Ring tournament final between Gunther and Randy Orton. Now, as we all know, Gunther defeated Orton to become King of the Ring, but in reviewing the video footage, it appeared that Orton's shoulder might have been up. Do you have a comment on the situation?
So, live, I was out there. From my vantage point, it was very difficult to see. Was in the ring, handed the crown to Gunther. Very happy for him. Incredible night. What a performance they both put on. Coming back here and seeing it back, look, I saw exactly what you saw. I saw what everybody saw. I saw what everybody is talking about. Didn't really even seem controversial to me. It just seemed like Randy Orton's shoulder wasn't down. But I'm going to say this. The referee's decision is final. Gunther is your king of the ring. That being said, especially after what I saw tonight, I certainly want to see that again. I think Randy Orton deserves to have another shot at that. And I think if I know anything about Gunther, he will want to have another shot at that, to take the controversy out, to take the asterisk off of the page where it says King of the Ring for him. I think he will want to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is better than Randy Orton. So I think having seen Randy back here, he's pretty banged up, both his knee and his back. I think it's going to be a moment or two before he is ready to step back into the ring with Gunther. But when he is, let's go.
Wow, there you go. There you got it. From Paul Levesque himself. Looks like Gunther's going to be putting that, potentially that crown on the line again against Randy Orton whenever that time comes. We got a little bit of ways before we get to SummerSlam. So this could absolutely factor into Randy Orton wrestling at SummerSlam in the main event for Cody Rhodes. They could go any multiple ways about this. I mean, this doesn't necessarily mean that Orton is going to beat Gunther. This just means that the Bloodline's probably going to get involved. We'll probably get Jacob Fatu introduced, and we'll probably get Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam for the WWE title, somehow weaving Cody into this storyline with the Bloodline. Gotta be the case. I mean, what else is he going to do for the rest of the year until Rock gets back? It's either include him or don't include him. You include him, it could make a great story. Don't include him. He's going to be having these one-off matches with no story, and that's not what you want to do with Cody Rhodes in this title run. So we'll see. I could see Clash of the Castle taking place. Gunther versus Randy Orton at Clash of the Castle. Sign me up. Already looking like a major show. I did not think that they were going to play into that, but apparently they did. I was actually shocked. With Randy Orton beating Tama Tonga on SmackDown, I thought that they were going to go Randy Orton winning clean and giving us the Cody versus Randy match at SummerSlam. But they're clearly making it interesting. So we'll see what happens there, man. I thought the match was great. I thought what they did was fantastic. Absolutely the final you want to have for any sort of tournament with some stakes on the line. And they absolutely delivered tonight in Jeddah. Main event, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, WWE Championship. For all the people that have claimed, well, where's JD complaining about Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes not having a story? You're right. This didn't have a story. I've said this week after week after week. There is no story. The story is Logan Paul is beloved by Jeddah and Saudi Arabia. That's why he's there. You know how Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania, or The Undertaker is Mr. WrestleMania, Randy Orton's Mr. SummerSlam. Logan Paul is Mr. Saudi. He's Mr. Saudi Arabia. No different. He continues to put matches on like this. You could see why he's in the fucking main event over there. Now, clearly there wasn't a lot of story going into this. It's one and done. Goodbye. There's nothing really for us to sink our teeth into. But was it a great match? You better fucking believe it was a great match. Has Cody already set a precedent for what he's going to do in this title reign? Yes, you saw that in France with AJ Styles at Backlash. You saw it here with Saudi Arabia, Logan Paul. Who is he going to defend the title against at Clash of the Castle in 3 weeks? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a man of many words and many thoughts. I can't really give you a clear-cut answer on that. Do we go back to AJ Styles? Is it somebody else? Right now, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. But there was no story here. But the match itself was fundamentally and soundly good. Better than good. It was great. This was probably the best in-ring match of the night. And I probably would put this... Actually, you know what? No. I think Randy versus Gunther was the best in-ring match of the night. I would say this was a very close second. Some of you might think that this was the best match, but I'm going Gunther, Randy Orton. Cody and Logan Paul started off a little hesitant, feeling each other out. Rhodes attempted to do the gold dust uppercut. Logan Paul grabbed his hand, slammed it into the mat. Rhodes fired back, tried for a gourd buster. He nailed it. Attempted a flying crossbody, missed. He goes to the outside. This allowed Logan Paul to hit a big crossbody out to the floor. Back in the ring, Logan Paul gained control. He applies an abdominal stretch. SmackDown alluded to a rematch with AJ. Great. Then I'm assuming that's going to play into whatever story AJ has going on. We could see AJ traded to Monday Night Raw. We could see AJ and Nick Aldis go one-on-one. You know how I said Randy Orton could be bringing Nick Aldis out of the managerial role on WWE? I alluded to potentially Randy Orton and Nick Aldis as a WrestleMania match. But we could see AJ and Nick Aldis. AJ bringing Nick Aldis out of a managerial role, and maybe we get AJ versus management, AJ versus Nick Aldis at some point this year. But I wouldn't mind another AJ and Cody match. Who would? After what we got the last time? Anyway, Logan Paul hits a crossbody out to the floor. Back in the ring, Logan applies an abdominal stretch. Rhodes comes back. Disaster kick. Logan Paul was on the apron. Sent him back out to the floor. So Logan is now hanging over the barricade. He's got his two goons out there. They hand him a prime energy, and they hand him brass knuckles. Now, there was something that happened on SmackDown that Michael Cole alluded to. Logan Paul gave the brass knuckles to Michael Cole to promise to everyone that he's not going to use them because Michael Cole has them. Meanwhile, he bullshitted Michael Cole. He bullshitted the fans. And his Geek Squad has another pair of brass knucks that they hand to him. This allowed him to hit Cody Rhodes in the ribs as Cody Rhodes tried to jump off of the steel steps and hit a high-flying move on Logan Paul, and he got nailed in the midsection. Logan Paul was arguing with Michael Cole over the use of the brass knuckles. Cody Rhodes connected on a suicide dive soon thereafter. Rhodes missed another disaster kick, but connected with some Dusty Rhodes punches. So Michael Cole is yelling at Logan Paul, what are you doing? You know, you're a liar, you're a bullshit artist, and you know, you're a cheater. And Logan Paul's like, what the fuck did you call me? What did you call me? Get in Michael Cole's face, so this obviously opened up Cody Rhodes to some offense here on Logan Paul. Rhodes put Logan in the figure four back in the ring. Logan went for a buckshot lariat. Somewhere Adam Page is gleaming because Logan apparently uses Adam Hangman Page as an influence for one of his main moves. Missed. This allowed Cody to hit a Cody cutter for a near fall. Logan Paul fired back with a crossroads. Rhodes took out Paul with a suplex. Paul cut him off and took him to the outside where he cleared off the announce table. Rhodes fired back and hit a Cody cutter off the table as he ran off the barricade for some momentum. Now, this looked like it sucked more for Cody than it did for Logan Paul, and Corey Graves even alluded to, I don't know who got the worst of that, Cody with his back or Logan with his face. The referee attempted to count Logan Paul out, and Cody Rhodes, the fighting champion that he is, he gets into the ring and he tells the referee, no, don't count. Stop counting. I want to beat him in the ring clean. So he stops the count, and Cody is in there, and he stops the referee's 10 count. So Rhodes cleared off the international commentary table. Logan Paul made a comeback, put Rhodes on that announce table, hit a big frog splash off the top rope. They did this 360 aerial shot. Logan Paul's obviously got his blue prime energy drink, and he jumps off the top rope, and he delivers a big frog splash through Cody Rhodes and the Arabic announce table. This was obviously telegraphed. I mean, you know, not that it looked bad, but the last time he did this, I believe he did this with Roman Reigns. And it felt a little bit more natural. It felt a little bit more organic. It felt like it happened legitimately in the moment. This felt a little bit more staged, a little bit more choreographed, and a little bit more pre-planned. And they made it seem that way because they had this beautiful aerial shot. It's circling the fucking ring above. He's drinking prime. He jumps off. I mean, they clearly thought this, like, we got to do a viral moment. So let's Do the same spot. Let's up the fucking antics. Let's up the optics. And then that's exactly what they sought out to do. I mean, it's WWE. It's Logan Paul. They need their fucking viral moment. It's what he's all about. And they delivered. Frog splash through the table on the outside. Logan Paul gets Cody back in the ring. It's another frog splash off the top. Cody Rhodes kicks out. Guy's superhuman. How long before that starts to get old? Ref bump as Rhodes actually hit his vertebrae for the first time. Rhodes attempted to get the referee to recover. This distracted him long enough for Logan Paul to hit a low blow on Cody. Paul took the brass knucks out of his gear again. He went to strike Cody Rhodes with the brass knucks, but some international Arabic celebrity, who I will not try and pronounce his name, was on the outside. This guy was the special guest ring announcer for this match. He grabbed the leg of Logan Paul and said, "What are you doing? Stop cheating." This distraction took Logan Paul out of the match. He yelled at this guy, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Who are you?" Cody Rhodes hits not one, not two, not three. Three, it was, right? 3 crossroads. 1, 2, 3. He pins Logan Paul after 3 crossroads, securing the win and retaining the WWE Championship. I thought the match was great. The fact that there was no story, I mean, I wish I was a little bit more invested, but Logan Paul is a stud. He is fantastic at what he does. He wrestles like the World Championship is on the line in every one of his PLE matches. No matter if he's the U.S. champion, he's fighting for the WWE title. I mean, the guy's just great. And he's getting better. You physically see him getting better with his movements, with his timing, his selling. He's great. The only part of this I did not like was the fact that this Arabic celebrity, this guest ring announcer, was the one to interfere here. That was cheesy as fuck. Cringe. Who is this guy? Why is he there? Why is he playing a factor into the match? Why are we not thinking long-term here? What I would have done if I had the pen. They just showcased talent in the crowd before this match. One of the talent in the match, during the match, one of the talent that was sitting in the attendance, in the audience, was LA Knight. LA Knight and Logan Paul had a little stare down a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, alluding to potentially SummerSlam and the United States Championship being on the line. WWE doesn't do that and incorporate that into the show if there's not a plan. Now, they showed Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes at the end of this match setting up the big conclusion. You got Logan Paul cheating here, and instead of this Arabic celebrity guy, why didn't LA Knight jump the barricade and set the program for that to be in motion, fueling long-term booking for their eventual United States Championship match at SummerSlam? Why didn't Logan Paul get stopped by LA Knight, who was in the crowd in that moment, watching that match? That would have been much better. Who the fuck was this guy? He's right. Crowd would have popped big for LA Knight. Crowd would have popped big for LA Knight stopping Logan Paul from cheating again. Crowd would have popped big with LA Knight helping Cody Rhodes retain the WWE title. Why didn't we go and do that? Why do we feel the need to add these nobodies who will factor into nothing? To me, I thought that was a missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. But I'm not booking the show. I just get to sit here and critique the show. I thought that was a fucking huge misfire on an otherwise very, very good match. I thought the 5-match King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view, PLE, delivered. I understand people's reservations. I understand people's criticisms about the 5-match, 6-match, maybe, pay-per-views, PLEs. But I don't recall this same energy when Triple H did this with NXT. Back during the black and gold era. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. WWE going 2 nights for SummerSlam in 2026. Man, you guys got your priorities all fucked up. If I got people from Fightful blasting me online about critiquing them and their thoughts on a 2-night SummerSlam pay-per-view that isn't happening for the next 2 fucking years. Jesus Christ, man, maybe you should direct your anger at Tony Khan and for the lack of story you're getting on weekly television. Arguing about a fucking pay-per-view that's not happening for another 2 years is something else, I'll tell you that. Seriously. This is the current structure of WWE. If you listen to me, then I'm going to reiterate what I said then. Triple H, when he takes over WWE, is going to adopt everything that you saw then now. What do you think he was doing? Prepping himself for when he eventually took over. All it took was Vince McMahon to shit and defecate all over a poor young woman for him to be out of a job. Now Triple H is back and in charge. Great. So what you saw then is exactly what you're getting now. Everybody loved it then. Why are you complaining now? Oh, that's right, because it's WWE or AEW. We can't like both. Great. I enjoyed tonight's show. 2 hours and 53 minutes, in and out. Had a great stream. Well-thought, constructed criticisms. Well-thought-out statements. We attacked this thing for 5 matches. Told you where the story's going. Getting you excited going into Clash of the Castle. All in all, thumbs up show. All in all, thumbs up show. And shout out to my sponsor for tonight's show, Magic Mind. Go and get yours today. Love me some Magic Mind. Why am I on top of my game? Because I have Magic Mind before every stream. Today's sponsor is Magic Mind. Get up to 48% off of your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase with code JD from NY20 at magicmind.com/JD from NY. Go and pick yours up today. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And please go check out all the other content on the channel. There is plenty of it. And I'll be back live with you guys tomorrow with some. I'll probably do an extra early in the morning, get it out in the afternoon, and then I will probably see you guys more than likely tomorrow night with Double or Nothing. Jesse and I will be live after the show is over. Long night. Not looking forward to it. Long night ahead of us. But we got you guys covered for AEW's 5-year anniversary of Double or Nothing from Las Vegas. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And please continue to hit that thumbs up. We got 908 likes. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight on the King and Queen of the Ring post show right here on OTS. Michelle with a $5 super chat. Solid pay-per-view with a banger main event. And Triple H flows into the next pay-per-view with Drew Priest. Now the question is Cody's opponent for Clash. And does Punk screw Drew? I have no clue. That is a big wild card, man. That is a big if. I don't know, Michelle. We would like to think that McIntyre walks out of his home country with the WWE Championship, but Punk has already stated that he will be there. Whether he jumps out of the crowd or he jumps out of a bowl of haggis, he will be there to stop Drew McIntyre. Sarit Mohanty with a 14 months. Request all of you to cancel and report Righteous Reg. He's a complete embarrassment to all the IWC. Keep up the great work, JD. You are the GOAT. Fuck him. He's pampering his lips right now as he's getting ready for Media Day with AEW. Remember the young men, mostly teenagers, that did the ultimate sacrifice this Monday. Women, too. They are my brothers and sisters, says Tony Brown with a $4.99. Salute to you, Tony Brown. We love you, brother. Funny Rob Bebe with a new membership. Funny Rob Bebe, thank you for being here, brother. Hope you are well. Phil with a $4.99. Everything they did at King and Queen of the Ring made sense. It furthered things along for SummerSlam. Gunther and Nia Jax. Winning was the right call. I agree. Tony Brown with a $4.99. JD, watching you on 7.1 surround sound and 65-inch TV is an awesome experience. Well, man, the beer garter probably looks fantastic on your fucking 65-inch TV. Mason the Legend with a $1.99. JD, I'm downing shooters. I'm lit right now. Well, have a good time, brother. Script Keeper with a 2 months. 2 months and counting. OTS VIP for life. Thank you, Script Keeper. Tribal Chief with a $2 super chat. I'm happy for Liv. She deserves it. OTS, pal. Thank you, Tribal Chief. Ricky, Ticky, Bobby, Lobby, Whoopin', Moppin'. With a $5 super chat. Quite the name there, brother. All hail King Gunther. Gunther versus Drew at SummerSlam. Or does Drew not win at Clash and we get him versus Punk? Going to be an interesting couple of months. Yeah. The more questions we have, the better television will be, man. Love it. Mama Scripps Catering with the 4 months. The menu for today, hot wings and all fashions all around. Can't go wrong with that, man. I'll take my wings boneless. I'm a boneless guy. Rudy V with the 10 months. When Gunther wins the world title at SummerSlam, does he hold it hostage and beat Rollins' current record with that title? When Gunther wins the world championship, he's going on a 2-year run minimum. Minimum. Mr. Team, bring it. 1, 2, 3 with a $4.99. Logan Paul is greater than Okada. Woof. I mean, the way that he's presented, I would say yes. Logan Paul is presented as a bigger deal than Okada. Yes. Mason the Legend with a $9.99. He's like, you're the legend. Mason, listen, we could both be legends, brother. It's in your name. David Thiering with a $100 super chat. Thank you, brother. As always, thank you for your generosity. Eddie Foster with a 24 months. JD, you and Solid Monster killed it last night at Hog with the War Within. Looking forward to watching tonight's show from Boston. OTS for life. Eddie, thank you so much, brother. I felt like my commentary on the last 2 matches were probably the best that I've sounded all year. It's so easy to call a Mike Santana match, man. The energy he brings to any arena he's in is great. He is the face of House of Glory. It is so easy. And he's so great. I'm not there. Obviously, Solid Monster's not there. I don't know who's doing the commentary tonight, but there was just physically no way I'd be able to be in Boston for this. I mean, I'm not going to miss a stream like this. And then tomorrow with Double or Nothing, it was just a hell of a weekend, man. I could not fit everything in. Plus the traffic going back and forth to Boston to New York, man. No, thank you. Benjamin Kahn with a $99.99. Thank you, brother. Hidden Network. Thank you, man. Benjamin also with another 100. Thank you for your super chat, brother. My uncle is related to Solid Monster. Hopefully he's in the venue on Tuesday when we do TNT 50. Johnny Cloud with 32 months. Completely off topic, but she who shall not be named is kind of hot. Off the script is still superior. That's fun. Your taste in women does not bother me, bro. Hidden Network with a new membership. Thank you, Hidden Network. Appreciate you, man. Matthew Urban with the $2 super chat. Can't wait for Orton versus Gunther 2 down the road. Well, Triple H said we're getting it. When? We don't know. Bolin, MGM Bolin with a $100 super chat. Thank you, brother. Good luck with that new job, man. We'll be right here waiting for you. Dylan Cummings with a $199. Live debate with Sap would be must watch viewing. No. No. Never gonna happen. Hell would have to freeze over for Sap or Denise to be on this channel. Or me be over there. No, thank you. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Most people will never understand logic, my friend. You are correct, Michael. Vinny with a $4.99. With 5-match formats and then bringing on streaming service, I don't think the PLEs every month is bad. It would be terrible if we had 5-hour shows with Vince. Yes. Story rich 5-match PLE or 9 matches and barely any story and me yelling at the top of my lungs, losing my voice going into Monday Night Raw. I would rather take Triple H's way of doing things. Hidden Network. JD is the fucking king. You better believe it, Hidden Network. James, thank you for the $100 super chat earlier. Sarit Mohanty. Thank you, brother. Do you see Gunther winning the World Heavyweight Championship versus Drew at SummerSlam and defending against Dragunov in Berlin? Also, AEW promoting a women's mid-card title for a main event at Double or Nothing, but not main women's title is not a main event. It's only main event. It's only promoted as the main event because Mercedes Moné is part of it. If it was anybody else, it would not be. It's false advertising. The way that they've treated the TBS title is not a triple main event. Phil Batway with a $4.99. Dude, love your takes. Also, a big Hog fan. You are a great play-by-play announcer. Phil, thank you so very much, brother. I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. Get to be in my own little bubble, my own little element. Mr. Team Bringer with a $4.99. Making some carne asada and drinking some beer. Enjoy your day, brother. Thank you so very much, Team Bringer. I'm going to have dinner after this is over and make myself an old-fashioned after a nice hot shower. Sarit Mohanty, Paul Levesque tweeted about the finish surrounding Randy Orton and Gunther. He said Randy deserves another opportunity, so a rematch will happen once again. Thank you, Sarit. We did listen to the clip here live on the stream. Hidden Network with a $125 super chat in his currency. I don't know what this is. AEW should have their own Slammies and award TK as best booker. Laughing emoji. Well, he ain't winning best booker this year from the fraudulent Meltzer Awards, so I'll tell you that right now. Cody Snyder with a 25 months. Bring back Tucker Knight. Tucky, yeah. I'd love to see it. Uncle Howdy with a $2 super chat. He is nobody. He is all of us. 6/17/24. 6/17/24 is Monday Night Raw after Clash at the Castle. What does that mean? Uncle Howdy filling us in about what is going to happen. Thomas with a $5 super chat. I'm surprised after Nia's final finisher that we didn't see a dead bird. Bird being scraped off the mat. By the way, The Crow and its soundtrack was great. Fuck The Crow. Sean Ray J with a $10 super chat. I think Dom is going to pretend to be costing Liv her title matches all summer. And when Rhea returns, he will betray Rhea and officially side with Liv and help her retain in their first match. I could see that. Long-term booking, Sean Ray J. I like the way that you think, man. I do. I love it. We need more people like that. Chris with the 22 months. What's up, JD? 22 months in this fine establishment. Always here to support you. Thank you, bro, for what you are doing. Thank you, Chris. Billy, thank you for the $100 super chat earlier. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you are well. Enjoy your weekend, man. Salute to all the veterans out there. Hidden Network. Nia hugging Triple H post-match is one of the most genuine moments. Well deserved. Ali with a $4.99. Hey, JD, let's say Drew did win the World Heavyweight Championship from Damian Priest. Do you see Punk attacking Drew after the match or save that till SummerSlam? I don't know, man. That's the whole great thing about this. We don't know when Punk is going to be back. We don't know when he will be ready. Gunther's already claimed he's going after the World Championship. He won the King of the Ring, so he's the number one contender at SummerSlam, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we get a triple threat match. Thomas with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, if you ever want a hell dive, then add me by asking for my username. The chat won't let me add my info. Thanks. OTS for life. Thomas, I'm not going to be doing much hell divers because the final shape comes out in 9 days. I will be all about Destiny 2, man. Lewis with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Lewis. Hope you are well, man. Didn't watch the PLE. Was hosting Cigar Breakfast event. But I'm here for the best in the IWC, OTS for life. And just a reminder, JD, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, Greg Maddox, and Pedro Martinez struck out over 12,000 hitters combined. They faced Tony Gwynn 330 times and struck him out only 3 times. Jesus Christ, that is quite the statistic. Now, Tony Gwynn was one of the greatest hitters ever. Can you imagine that? Tony Gwynn only struck out 3 times in 330 at-bats against Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, and Pedro Martinez. Holy shit. Thomas with a $5 super chat. Yes, JD, they should bring Nick Aldis to wrestle again. That's what I'm talking about. You drinking Magic Mine. I'm drinking cut water. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. You should be drinking Magic Mine as well, man. It's good for you. Nima P. Azar with the $2 super chat. JD, when do you think Cody vs. Rock will happen? Well, I would have did it at SummerSlam, but if Rock ain't back then, we're doing it at WrestleMania. Scripps Wrestling Federation with a $5 super chat. I called it. King Gunther, Queen Nia, Champion Cody, and GOAT JD from NY. Jack Glancy with a $5 super chat. Wonderful day today. Watch some good pro wrestling. My soccer team won the FA Cup, and now I'm ending the day watching the GOAT JD. Thank you, Jack. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, brother. Johnny Bishop with a 2. Respect, but supporting boneless wings is deranged. I'm an all-wing guy, Johnny. I prefer boneless. Do you mind? I enjoy a boneless experience. Righteous Reg, he enjoys a boner experience. But I mean, who's criticizing? M. James 2000 with a $10 super chat. If Drew wins at Clash of the Castle, there's no way he'll still be champ by SummerSlam. They wouldn't do Gunther versus Drew 2 years in a row, especially when both are heels. Maybe we could be looking at Punk versus Gunther. This is why we gotta watch the show, man. We gotta watch the show. And I gotta go eat dinner and take a shower and make myself an old-fashioned and enjoy the rest of the night, because Tony Khan's gonna suck the fucking life out of us tomorrow. Thank you guys for a great stream, man. There was a lot of great discussion here tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn the bell for notifications. And go check out all of the great content on the channel. We got tonight, tomorrow, Monday, and then Tuesday Night Titans episode 50 with the Solid Monster on Tuesday night. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Let's try for 1,000 likes. And I will see you right back here tomorrow night for AEW. A lot of nothing from Las Vegas. Right here on Off the Script. We'll see you guys later.
Yeet. No yeet. Yeet. No yeet.
I don't even know why I come here.